here in Florida, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime here. And so perfect opportunity for you, for me, to get together and look at some amazing plants here in the bog garden without the fear of my phone overheating within a matter of minutes. And so we're going to start it off by looking at this beautiful cluster, or clump rather, of Sarracenia purpurea. Looking lovely. There's a Utricularia that has found its way in here, growing up beautifully, and so we'll leave that for the time being. But simply gorgeous, gorgeous plant. It's doing very well. Then we have next to it the Sarracenia that has been doing just great. This plant was just a singular division not even a year ago, and it is now spreading out quite nicely. My goal is to get both the purpurea here and the Sarracenia in both of their own pool here, and which will be overkill at first, but in the hopes that it will throughout the years grow in together and or grow to fill the complete pool. We've got some other things going on here. Gorgeous. As you can see, I've been repotting. Gorgeous Sarracenia here. It has no real coloration to it, but I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but it has the slightest windows on it. Just a lovely little plant, and it is actually a year old and already over 2 foot in height, which is pretty remarkable stuff. But a lot of stuff going on in here. This beautiful Sarracenia here, another seedling, a year old. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Here is a relatively new acquisition. It's hurting right now, but this is going to be a stream orchid, which I'm very excited about, and so it's definitely hurting. I just repotted it, or planted it in here maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, and so it is definitely gonna need some time to adjust, that is for sure. But very excited about that. It will be just fine. And then I've got some other plants going on in here. Some of my little baby Sarracenias growing quite well. Let's see what else we can get into. There's a whole lot of people on lately with the YouTube lives. Hope everybody's doing well. I miss everybody. Here are the Venus flytraps. If you'll notice, there's a difference. I repotted every single one of them. Boy, did that take a lot of work. I took them and put them in 3-gallon pots instead of the 1 gallons they were in, just to give them some extra growing space. I was noticing that they were getting far too hot, far too quickly here in Florida, which is why they look all crinkly and black on their traps like that. And so this will give them a lot more freedom. I am a little bit nervous. I tried something new with them. I didn't to my cultivars, but these, I put Osmocote pellets into the soil. I do not recommend you do that unless you really are wanting to take a chance, but these I think are big enough to be able to handle it, and I did it in a way, watching videos, and I did it in a way that I think they'll be safe. But time will tell, and I will fill you in. Did a whole bunch of repotting, still got all this trash I gotta clean up. Here are some more plants. I'm trying this ground cover, or excuse me, water cover, if you will, and see how that will work, just to help keep some of this water from evaporating. This bog, for whatever reason, has done exceptionally well compared to the others, and so it's very interesting how they could be so close to each other, and yet one can do so much better than the others at such a quick. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Not a whole lot of people on today, which is interesting on a Monday. Everybody's got the Monday blues, I guess. Here's my Utricularia, looking lovely as always. And again, I got watering out here, but as you can see, my top plants are drying up. This Florida sun is brutal, but it should be raining here today at some point. But I figured while we have a little break, we would take a look at everything. So super excited to see everything grow out. Really liking how this Stolidum is filling in, looking quite nice. Excuse me. This one right here is, I'm excited. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. This right here is a, oh gosh, blue-eyed iris. It's in the iris family. It's called blue-eyed grass. And so I'm hoping that will grow in and add a little bit of color and fun. This, as well as this bog garden is doing, this one is not doing well, ironically. And you can see how it's separating from the pool, and I'm allowing it to dry up. I'm wanting it to, as a matter of fact. It got very wet. None of these plants are really going to hurt from it, but I don't want them to sit too long, and so I'm allowing the soil to dry out. It's still very wet to the touch, but certainly this is a good indicator that your bog is starting to shrink, pull away, and that it's going to need some water here very soon. But I'm going to let it go another day here in this hot Florida sun, and that will help get rid of any potential bacteria that might be building up. I highly doubt there's any, but just in case. Where do I get the companion plants? I've got them from all over the place. I actually got this from a local nursery, this blue-eyed grass, but you can get it on Amazon. The one I just showed earlier, the stream orchid you get from California Carnivores. I haven't really seen it offered too many other places. And then I've got a bog violet in here that I got from eBay, but it actually comes from Carlton's Carnivores. And so you just you get them all over the place, eBay, Etsy. But then some of the more specialized ones, like, well, not really specialized, but the ones that you really don't see as often, from California Carnivores, they definitely have them. But right now they're all sold out. They sold out of all their companion plants. Pretty cool stuff here. Big bog. And again, I think the biggest news here, and we'll watch this together, is I repotted all of my Venus flytraps the other day, like maybe yesterday I think it was, or the day before, into 3-gallon pots. But here's the thing: I added a little bit of Osmocote pellet. And now you don't normally ever want to do that, but I've been watching some videos on some people having luck, and so I figured let me try it with my my Lowe's and my Home Depot ones and see how that goes. And I will keep you informed on how that goes. So the way I did it, I think will be successful, but I do not recommend you do so unless you are willing to take a big chance. I did not do that with my cultivars. See the mess over there? Yeah, just repotted all of them. I had to pass out. It was 110 on the heat index. So I just left everything right where it lay, and I gotta go and get get all that cleaned up here now that it's cooled off. But I thought before I did that, I would make a video for you. This is one of my, just really cool. This is probably one of the best seedlings I've had. It's insane how fast it's growing. This is only a year old. This thing is the same age as some of these smaller ones. And it's absolutely taking off. It's crazy. Yeah, so very excited to see how this grows out. Here's this little beautiful Morii, or some sort of Leucophila hybrid. We got some more just poking their heads out in amongst all these Drosera banana and filiformis. Yeah, the bogs are looking pretty good for the most part. It's drying up quite a lot lately. You know, it's been threatening to rain for the last couple of days, but hasn't, which is kind of a really big bummer, because that's one of the reasons why I did the Osmocote pellets too, is I did them far down into, so they're away from the roots, so it doesn't burn the roots. And my hope was that the torrential rains we were getting would wash out the majority of the fertilizer. But best laid plans of like mice and men, it has not rained since I've done that. So should be interesting to see. I have a feeling it's going to be fine, but we shall see. And the beautiful purpurea. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and take off. I got to get this all cleaned up. I just wanted to check in and show you the garden. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. I'll see you.